Hey, it's Ben Wise, and this is the Fitness Movement. The Fitness Movement is brought to you by ZOAR Fitness. ZOAR Fitness is my company and my platform to deliver training content to coaches and athletes like you. The site has educational resources on everything from program design and exercise physiology to skill progressions and movement breakdowns. And in terms of programming, we have our online training program, The Protocol, and I also offer one-on-one remote coaching. It's all at one place, ZOARFitness.com.
What's going on, everybody? My first intro here on the Fitness Movement. How's it going, Ben?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Good. It's odd being on the other side of things. Being the tone setter instead of
I like sitting back and not really having any pressure on me. It's nice.
It's different being the play-by-play guy versus the color commentator.
Exactly.
But we're hopping on today because we're going to introduce something. We're going to be beta testing a new program here through ZOAR that we are super excited about. And so because it's beta test, we're limiting this to 5 athletes only. All right. So I want to get that out there. I'm sure that won't be the first time you hear it.
I just want to say this, like, I always have this little voice in my head, like, because I'm like, I'm like allergic to like all fitness sales stuff, but like we're actually opening this up to 5 people. Like, this isn't like some sales tactic, like, oh, two spots left. Like, no, we don't want to get screwed on this basically if it doesn't turn out the way we want. So we are legitimately beta testing it for 5 athletes, because that's what we decided that, you can take on, 1 to 2, and I can take on maybe 2 to 3. So we're limiting it to 5.
So Ben, why don't you intro the program and kind of what we're looking to do?
Yeah, so we are introducing what we are calling Competitors FastTrack. So basically, it is our coaching services that we normally offer people, but it's in a slightly different package. So basically, the idea is that we have like a one-time set fee. This is going to include your onboarding process, a movement screen with your coach, your initial coaching call. We will take you through a 2-week, pretty intensive testing phase, and then 4 weeks, so a month then of individual design programming, basically your first cycle of training. And the thing is, this is like comes with like what we'll call it like a satisfaction guarantee. Basically, if you hold up your end of the deal, which we'll explain that in a second, then if for any reason at the end of those 6 weeks, you don't want to continue on with training, or you want your money back for whatever reason, we refund you your price. So again, what that means, like what the terms are, is if you complete 80% of your sessions, and for each of those, you provide some feedback, each of those completed sessions provide some feedback and a video, at least one video for each of those completed sessions, that's considered meeting the criteria. So if you do that, and at the end of the time, you hate us and you want to leave, we refund you your money, you go on your way, no hard feelings. Or you can continue with training. Yeah. Anything to add there?
No, I think that makes perfect sense. And really the premise here, guys, is you get essentially 6 weeks to give us a try, right? You give us an opportunity to show you that we know what we're talking about, that you're getting into a coaching relationship and a program that's going to get you results, right? Now, obviously, anyone who's been in the space for any length of time knows that, like, your goals aren't going to be accomplished in a 6-week span. But we found that most of our athletes, especially ones that have been with us for a while, that first hurdle that they had to get over was getting started. And for most of them, and the people who have athletic endeavors, mostly within CrossFit for us, the main preventer that's got in the way of them getting started is either A, they don't know who to go to, right? Because there's a bunch of different coaching options out there, or B, they're like, is a coach really the right route? Like, am I, quote, good enough to have a coach, right? And so both of those, one is confusion and one is, I don't know if it's a lack of confidence or whatever it is, but I think with this, guys, we wanted to pull back those reasons for someone not getting started, where it's like, hey, the only currency for this is time. Because
that's it. That's literally the only thing you're risking, is if this doesn't go well and I actually completed this work. It's like, well, the only thing I didn't do was whatever other training I could have been doing during this time. Like that's your only risk.
That's it. And so we wanted to pull back that barrier of entry. And so that, we could show you that we could get you to your athletic goals. Right now, we wanted to touch on this as well. Our main clients are people who are serious about their fitness goals, and that could be anywhere.
That's all I want to work with.
Right.
If you're not serious, please don't do this.
Yeah. And it's like, listen, and that doesn't have to be someone who has goals as big as making it to the CrossFit Games, right?
Yeah.
That could be someone looking to make it to the CrossFit Games, someone looking to make it to quarterfinals, someone looking to do their first pull up, someone looking to lose that baby weight, whatever it is. Now, most of our clients are athletes, but at the end of the day, we want people who are serious. And so if you're serious about your goals, but you're not, like I said, you're not sure where to go or are tentative about making that first step, this obviously we're biased. We think we're the best ones out there. But we wanted to give people an opportunity for us to
but don't take our word for it. If in 6 weeks you hate us, we just give you your money back.
Right. And so it's like, literally, like we said, the only risk for you there is time. And so kind of feeling like that gave people the best shot to pull down those barriers, give it a shot, and then, see what happens from there.
Yeah. So we're going to open this up as of the launch of this podcast. So the people listening to this podcast, typically by the time it hits the feed, it'll be like 11 a.m. Eastern. You guys are going to have the best opportunity. So whoever's hearing this first, you can head over to the link and it's going to be first comes, first serve. So truly 1-5 are in. We're not going to take on more than that just for our own sanity's sake. So where you'll go to is zoarfitness.com/fast, FAST, to get signed up for the competitors fast track. If that sounds like something you guys are into. Yeah. I mean, really, it's just for like when we were sitting here thinking about it, it's trying to, like you're saying, like overcome that barrier of like, man, like I know I should be doing something else. I want to try something else, but I also don't want to be on the hook or feel like I've wasted my money or my time. So that's sort of where this, the genesis of this idea came from. Yeah. Any other thoughts about it?
No, man, I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited to give people an opportunity to give themselves permission to give this a shot. And I'm interested to see who jumps in this first beta group for sure.
Yeah. And in addition to that, I'll say I should probably expand on like what some of this language means. So our 2 weeks of testing, basically we're building out training for you. And it's going to be a lot of, the benchmarks that we use a lot for our athletes. And it's going to still be tailored to you and your schedule and your constraints of your gym and your facility and the time that you have to train. Like all this stuff is still tailored to you. It's just going to be more like geared towards kind of discovering your individual capacities on different movements and on different energy systems, that sorts of thing. And then from there, basically, we'll have a pretty good idea of like what your priority should be moving forward, or a lot more comprehensive kind of look at that. And that's how we kind of construct your next phase of training, where realistically it's going to be working on a lot of your individual priorities and the stuff that you want to do. And again, everything's tailored to you. I mean, that's what we do is individual design. So it's like literally your equipment, your time schedule, your goals that you have, like all of it's based around that. So we look at that through that lens, and that's how we're coming up with training. It's literally our like one-on-one coaching that we do for every other client. It's just kind of maybe packaged in this new way. Hey, it's Ben again. Thanks for listening today. To be completely honest, it's been really rewarding to have people who listen to the show regularly reach out to me, whether they have a question about training or just to say hey. So if you haven't done that yet, do it. I'm pretty good about getting back to people, and you can feel free to email me, ben@zoarfitness.com, or message me on Instagram @zoarfitness. And graciously, I've had some people reach out to me and ask how they can support the show. Number one way that you can support the show if you are a regular listener is just by rating the show. Most apps have a platform where you can actually rate it, and on Apple Podcasts, you can write a review as well. This is super helpful in having other coaches and athletes find the podcast, but also just having it grow and for me to continue to want to put out more and more content. Also, I'm going to be posting more full episodes of the fitness movement to our YouTube channel. So if you're someone who actually enjoys seeing my face when I talk, you can head over to YouTube and subscribe if you please. And if you're someone who is watching on YouTube, you have the ability to like our videos, but then you can also comment on the video if you have questions about the episode or if you want to suggest a topic for a future episode. And lastly, if you're someone who really does value what we're putting out, I would encourage you to hire a coach. For me, coaching is the bulk of my job, and it's what I believe I do best. So if you're an athlete or a coach looking to up your fitness game, be sure to reach out. You can message me on Instagram @ZOAR Fitness or email me ben@zoarfitness.com. Thanks again for listening today, and as always, stay the course.